Tasmania. Tasmania is actually really beautiful, but for me, Tasmania just reminds me of my accident. I was never a keen mountain biker to start. I only did it because of my friend. I've been cycling, I think, once or twice. My name is Mariam. I'm a doctor and I'm left-handed. My story started in around November 2017. I was living in Australia and I was working in A&E as a junior registrar. Myself and one of my friends decided to go on holiday for 3 weeks just within Australia, so we went to Tasmania. First real day of the holiday, woke up really early to go mountain biking. We were about 5 minutes into the actual thing, like down the mountain. When I came off my bike, I remember falling forward and really not wanting to hit my head, so I kind of fell like that. I think at the time I realised I'd dislocated my shoulder, but I didn't realise how bad it was. I just remembered that in that moment I was in agony. My whole arm hurt. I had to pick my hand up and hold my wrist to stop it dropping because it would just flop about, and if I let go, it would just fall out. It was as if I didn't have anything past here. At that time, actually, in my life, I was actually probably the closest I'd been to God. And 6 weeks or 2 months before I'd had this injury, I had a dream. And in the dream, I heard God say in my ear, something bad's going to happen to you, but you're going to be okay. So then went back to Newcastle, where I was living at the time. They did the MRI again, couldn't figure it out. You definitely need an operation. Your results show that none of your nerves are working. You're probably never going to work as a doctor again. The neurosurgeon has said if it had been left a week longer, the nerve would have died completely. And he said, we've not got much longer for it to start reaching my wrist before it's never going to happen. I was in constant pain for 4 months. I didn't sleep, I think, for about 4 months. And I remember saying, God, I need you to, by September, I need to move my fingers. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. And then September came and went and I couldn't move my fingers. I still had quite bad contractures. And I remember, that was really difficult for me. And I think that's the first time I had a moment and I think I started crying. Because the reality, I guess, and what medicine tells me, I guess, got to me. And I was like, God, there's not enough time left. It's not possible. Every time I felt my faith slip in, or I was just I can't do this, God gave me something just to keep me going a little bit longer until the next time that I was just God, I'm still trusting you, but it's hard. And that is honestly the only thing probably that kept me going. About 2 weeks after my operation, I think that's when I was sitting down one day and I literally felt the first flicker in my tricep, and I was like, oh my gosh. I ran to my mum and showed her, and then pretty much every week or every 2 weeks you could almost see bit by bit I could more sensation and more was happening. The top brachial nerve guy, I think in Europe, he was amazed and he was like, wow, you've got super nerves. And he was literally mind blown. I just remember him, and he's Italian, so he's uses his hands a lot, but he was just astounded. So it's definitely way beyond anything he as a specialist had ever seen, way beyond the report of what he'd written or his any medical expectations. It was not possible physically. And not only did it grow somehow by some miracles fast, but it also grew and made the right connections. If I'd believed what the surgeon had expected had happened, I would still very much not be using my arm, not be working. So for me, the fact that God has restored as he said he would, and everything that I lost or thought I had lost when I was injured, he's now in this sort of full circle ways brought that back along with my healing. Now my sensation is normal. I can feel right down to my fingertips, and movement as well. A lot of my friends now are just remember when you had one arm? Like, which arm was it? And like, you can't even tell. God is the God of the impossible. So what might seem one way to man, like it's possible with God. You've got that evidence, like that you know God has done it before and that he's still doing it now and he can do it again, like just like that. So just hold on to the evidence and who God is and what he's done in the past. Like, you can't tell the difference.